Hey guys, how are you? I hope you all are good and welcome back on my YouTube channel. And today I'm gonna start a new series of Twitter integration, right? So, in which you will learn how you can integrate Twitter in your app, how you can log in with Twitter in your app, and you can share something from your app to Twitter, right? So without wasting of time, let's get started. But guys, before let's starting, I have one request for you. If you are liking my work, if you are thinking that I'm doing something good, then kindly subscribe my channel, like my videos, and kindly share on your social networking sites. Okay, if you don't like my video, then you can dislike also, so that I can improve myself. So let's get started, guys. So I have already a basic setup of our project in which we have a login view controller and we have a profile view controller, right? So whole code I will drop the for whole code I will drop a link in your description GitHub page. Okay, so sorry for that. Okay, so we have a login view controller and there is one button login with Twitter, right? So there is one dedicated class for this UI, and that is login view controller, right? So next is another view controller is profile view controller, and the class is profile view controller, as you can see here. So all the labels, whatever the labels are on the profile view controller, the outlets are designed on our in our class, right? As you can see, it is home view controller. Actually, the file name by mistake is profile view controller, right? So let's change it to home view controller instead of profile view controller. Okay guys, so this is our home view controller. Let me check whether the class is assigned or not. Home view controller, yeah, this is assigned success. Okay, fine. So and there is one more logout button, and I have designed the action in the home view controller, as you can see here. And one more thing guys, I want to show the navigation bar. So I have embedded in the navigation bar, and I want to show the bar button with share and having a pop-up menu like share images, photos, links, etc. So for that uh, I have used a pod, that is drop down pod, right? So for installing the drop down pod, you can go on your Google and you can search drop down GitHub. So from there you can install drop down pod in your project. Okay, so basically it provides a pop-up in which there will be a list of items. You can select anyone at a time, right, like this. So let's uh, again go on our project. So basically on the did load home view controller, I have added a right bar button in which I have called a function target I have set, and in this function I have configured my dropdown. So drop down anchor view will be our right bar button, and our data sources like link, photo, video. I want to show these three items, right? And what will be the width of drop down, you can give as you want, right? And so there are selection actions. So what happens if I select any one of them? I need to define here, right? So basically the overall thing is what we want through this project. We first of all, in first part we will see how we can log in with Twitter. In the second part I will show you how you can share something on the Twitter from your app. So guys, to do this, first of all we need to create an account on developers.twitter. So let's go in the browser, go on developers.twitter. So this is the official site of Twitter developers. As you can see, uh, my app. So this is my basically home page on the developers.twitter. So I will have to register my app to make the integration, right? So let's go on the apps section. First of all, you need to register yourself, and you will get a app section in which you will have to create your app which you want to link. So create a new app. So I'm going to create a new app. You will have to give the name. So for right now I'm going to give Twitter testing video. Okay, and you will have to give your application description, what your application is going to do with this integration, right? So my app is going to show how you can integrate Twitter in your app. Okay, now it is asking for a website URL. You can copy the same website, or if you have your own website, then you can put here. And once again it is asking to callback URLs. So right now I'm not giving, but when our app is going to complete, our app is going to created on this website, then I will provide. Okay, any other thing is required? No, I think nothing is required. Okay, fine. So if I want the enable sign in with Twitter, then I will have to check. I will check it, but not right now. Or I can, yeah. So I'm just checking it, and I'm providing a dummy callback URL. I will change it, and okay. So you will have to again tell why you are using Twitter integration. So let me copy and paste it here, and I will show you how you can share something on Twitter from your app, right guys? So I am going to create, let's create it. So as you can see, my app has been created, right? And you got your key tokens. Basically these key tokens are used to integrate your app basically with Twitter, right? These consumer keys are very important. Next is permissions. So I have these permissions read and write, and no additional permissions. If you want the additional permissions, then you will have to change here, right? So first of all, let me okay, next thing is what, after doing this we will have to integrate with our uh, app to this Twitter, and we will have to use these key tokens. So let's go on the Twitter git GitHub page. So basically it is the GitHub page of TwitterKit which I will use right now. So first of all, let me install that Twitter library. So how we can install? By using port TwitterKit, right? So let's copy it, go on your Xcode, open your pod file, and just paste it here, save, go on your working directory in the console. So let's right click on your project, open show in finder. So this is your project, right click on this. Actually I have installed a pod already, that's why there is XC workspace, right? And go in terminal. So let me install my pod. So as you can see, TwitterKit has been installed. Now let's see what is the next configuration. So go on the Twitter GitHub page. I have installed the pod. Now next step is what? Okay, so next step is this, right? So let's copy it. You will have to copy this thing, and you will have to paste into your app delegate did finish launch with options function. So let's go on your app delegate did finish launching with options function, and you will have to paste here, and it is asking for your consumer key, right? So this consumer key should be changed with your consumer key. So what is your consumer key? You will have to go again once again on the developer.twitter.com, and here your app details are there and key tokens are here. So let's copy your consumer API key. Let's go in app delegate, paste it here, and it is asking also for consumer secret key. So let's again go on the developer.twitter, copy it, and once again paste it here. Okay, after this successfully done, let's go once again GitHub page, and one more thing we will have to copy, that is this thing for URL opening. uh, it is saying Twitter. Okay, let me build the project first of all, and we will have to import Twitter kit. Okay guys, so that it can identify what is it. Okay, and you will have to override one more method, that is open URL, in which you will have to paste this line, right? So it is going to open your Twitter application in case of sharing, right? In case of authentication, it will authenticate you by your browser. So this thing is completed. Now next thing, you will have to configure your info plist also. So let's copy it, go in your project and find your info.plist. Yeah, this is your info plist. Right click on it, open as source code, go in the bottom before the finishing of dictionary, paste it here. And one more thing, as you can see, if you read this doc, then it is saying you will have to replace your this thing by your consumer key, right? So let's replace it by your consumer key. So what is your consumer key? This is this thing. So let's go on your project, paste it here. Okay, after the completion of this, you will have to copy this, and now we will do one change, that is what, in the app details section you will have to edit details, and here you can define your now callback URL. So your callback URL will be Twitter kit hyphen what is your consumer key colon double slash. Okay, so this is your valid callback URL. Remember this guys, you will have to change this thing, otherwise your application won't work. Okay, okay, so after that save it. Okay, so updated successfully. Now guys, almost we are done with this configuration. Is there anything else in the installation part? There is nothing, right? So let's go on our app and go on the main storyboard. So as you can see, there is first screen, that is our login view controller. So let's go on the login view controller. Yeah, so this is our login view controller, and this is the action of the login button. Okay, so let's do how we can log in, right? So for that I am going to import Twitter kit first of all, and after that we will have to write Twitter twtr dot shared instance dot login. So as you can see, there is a login function with a completion handler, right? So let's so it's gonna provide session object and one error object. So let's check if session is not equals to nil, this means login successfully. So let's print logged in successfully, and else whatever the error is coming, that should be printed. So I'm gonna print error dot debug description, right? So guys, we are almost ready to run our application. Is there anything required? Let's first of all check whether app delegates is completed. Yep. And let's go on the login view controller. Okay, fine, so everything is good. Now let's try to run it. Hey guys, as you can see, our application is up and running. Just click on the login view, login with Twitter, and as you can see, it is going to open our browser and it is asking for username and password, right? So let's enter the username and password, and before entering the username password, I'm going to make a check here and also here, so that I can understand whether it is giving the error or it is printing logged in successfully, right? Now enter my credentials and authorize app. So it is, as you can see, the logged in successfully, redirection you back to your application. So as you can see, uh, it is redirected to again again my on my application, and if I, yep, so as you can see, logged in successfully, guys. Now okay guys, so user has been logged in successfully in your app. Now what we have to do here, actually we want the user ID, by which user ID the user logged in, and by which username, right? Before that, I want to show how it will populate the error if user is not entering correct URL, or user is cancelling the login, right? Like what I'm trying to say here. See, look guys, our app is up and running, and click on the login with Twitter. So guys, I'm not going to enter any credentials, so I'm going to cancel it. So let's cancel it. So guys, as you can see, it is showing error, right? It is going to print the error description, and so error description, as you can see, user cancelled the login flow, right? So okay, fine. Now we want to extract, if user is logged in successfully, we want to extract the user ID and username. Basically guys, Twitter provides two credentials by default, that is your user ID and username whenever the user will be logged in, right? So how we can extract that details? So we can extract by, like, I want to print user ID, and the user ID will be, I'm gonna print session dot, yep, user ID, as you can see. And if I want username also, then I will have to write session dot username. Okay guys, so let's check it and run. So our application is going to up and run. Yep. So as you can see, our application is up and running. Now click on the login with Twitter. So after clicking on the login with Twitter, it is going to open in our browser, twitter.com, and it is asking for my credentials. So let me enter my credentials, and so as you can see, it is redirecting on my application. So there is a breakpoint. Okay guys, so let me go on one step further. So as you can see guys, it is printing my login ID and it is also printing my username. Okay guys, so it is printing both things, right? But what I want, actually I want to print these things on the home view controller instead of login view controller, right? So for that, I'm gonna remove it and I'm gonna store these things into shared preferences, right? So as you can see guys, I'm going to store my user ID, username, and one key also, that is logged in status, right? So guys, after this thing, uh, the data will be stored in our shared preferences. Now after storing the data, I want to move on the home view control, right? So for that, what will have to do, I will let uh, home vc is equals to self dot storyboard dot instantiate view controller. So our okay, so I will have to give the identifier of home view controller, right? So let's go on the storyboard. This is my home view controller. Go in the left panel. So this is my home view controller, and here you can see my storyboard is this, right? So let me copy this thing and paste it here, and as I will convert it into my class, the respective class, right? So that is home view controller. So it's gonna basically it's gonna create the object of my home view controller, and let's present it self dot present home vc animated false. I'm gonna make it as false, and completion handler I want it as nil. Okay, so fine. So guys, this is the whole process of login, right? So let me run and check whether is it working or not. So guys, as you can see, our app is up and running. Now let me enter my credentials here. What happens? Okay, I did a mistake with my ID. So guys, it is successfully logged in. Now let's run it, and as you can see, we are on our profile view control, but it is not showing the navigation bar. Okay, what is the problem here? Okay, fine guys. So we are navigating on the home view controller, instead of we will have to go on the navigation controller, right? Because that will be our root view controller. Okay guys, so for that, what we will have to do here, instead of redirecting on our, let me redirect on the main navigation view controller, right? What is our main navigation view controller? It is basically just go on the main storyboard. So this is our navigation controller, and the respective class is main navigation view controller, right? So let me copy it, go on the navigation controller and paste it here, also here, because the class name is same, and main nav, right? So let me present it by like this. Okay guys, so let me run and check. So our app is up and running, guys. So log in with Twitter. Let me run the credentials. Let me enter the credentials, and the credentials I have filled. Just click on the authorize app. Okay guys, so as you can see, I have my navigation bar also, and okay, then title is not there. Okay, so I will have to give the title. Basically there is a share button. If I click on the share button, then there are three options: link sharing, photo sharing, or video sharing, right? This thing we will do in the next part, but right now I want to give the title, and I want to represent whole data, whatever we are getting from the user, right? So let's go on the home view controller. First of all, go on the main storyboard. Okay guys, and select your navigation bar, double click on it. Why it is not working? So this is my, okay, so I can give the title here for the navigation bar. So this will be home screen. So as you can see, the home screen is also showing here. Okay, so fine. Now what we want actually, we want to set the user ID and username also here. So for that, let's go on the home view controller, and in the view did load. So basically we have the outlets of those labels. So let's use those outlets. User ID label is equals to text. So as you remember, we have saved all the data into user defaults, right? So we can get the data from the user defaults. So user defaults dot standard dot, and which type of data we want to extract. Basically that is a string, and what we want, user ID. And same thing will be for our username label, right? So user name label, right? And here will be, what will be here, here will be username, right? So let's run it. Click on the login with Twitter. I'm going to enter my credentials. What happened? Yeah, it is successfully logged in, right? So as you can see, and the ID has been extracted and printed, and one more thing is username, right? But the email it's not getting. Why? Because we will have to separately request for the email also to the Twitter, right? How we will do, I will show you right now, don't worry. But now, okay guys, so let's what we want actually right now, when we kill our application, let's kill our application, and if we run once again, so as you can see, it is always showing the login screen first of all, right? So how we can remove this problem? Instead of showing the login button, we will check whether the user is logged in or not. If it is already logged in, then our application should launch the home view controller instead of login view controller, right? So let's go on the app delegate, and here let me comment here, if user logged in or not, right? So this code will work, right? So in this code, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a window object, and our storyboard, and I'm going to check whether user is logged in or not. If user is logged in, then it's gonna open the home view controller, otherwise it's gonna open our login view controller, right guys? So let me run our application and check whether is it working or not. So our application is going to launch. So our application is up and running. As you can see, it is, what is the problem? Oh, okay. So we are just going to open login view control. Instead of that, we will have to open main navigation view control, right guys? So let me copy and paste it here also. Right now let's run and check. So our application is up and running. What is the problem here guys? Why it is not okay? Okay, I did the mistake once again. Actually the navigation controller will be here, right? So that is what main navigation view controller, right? So this is our main navigation view controller, and let's run it. And as you can see, it is going to installing, right? Okay, so application is successfully installed and it is going to open. So as you can see, it is directly opening our home screen instead of login screen, right? If I kill my application and click on the Twitter test, then as you can see, it's once again opening my home screen, right? Now guys, let's go on our login view control, sorry, home view controller, and give the functionality to log out also, right? This is the code for logout purpose I am going to use, right? So this is first of all, we are going to remove all the data for our bundle identifier from our shared preferences, right? And next, what I'm going to do here, and I'm going to log out from Twitter also, right? Basically I want to so whatever the session key it is going to use as a user logged in, I'm going to invalidate those things, right? Also, so by Twitter and by removing the set preferences data, I will be logged out from our application, right? Okay, let me import the Twitter kit also here. So guys, okay, done. So this is the code to log out from the user, right? So as you can see, it is first of all getting the session, stored session, and for which user ID we will have to pass the user ID also here. So basically the stored root session will return the current user ID, right? And for the current user ID I'm going to log out, right? And after the logged out, what I want here, I want to send on the login screen, right? Completion handler will be nil. Let's run and check whether is it working or not. Okay, let me forcefully type forcefully unwrap. So as you can see guys, it is up and running and there is one logout button. So when I click on the logout button, and it is going to launch the login screen, right? So if I kill my application, if I open once again, so it is going to open login with Twitter, right? Because we have deleted all the share preferences data, right? So guys, now the thing is, what we want to show the email also, right? We want to request the email also. So guys, for that, once again go on the Twitter kit. So in on the Twitter kit guides here, you can see the login with Twitter example is also there, right? The snippet code, and you can see the request user email address, right? So this is the code to requesting users email, right? So let's copy it. So when we will request after the successfully login, we will request for uh, our login view controller, and here, okay guys. So here what I want this thing, right? So replace this thing, and session dot email. So okay, email will be there, so we will store the email id and for key email, right? And after the getting the email, we can navigate to our profile view controller main, yeah, so home view controller, right? And if we are getting any error, then we are gonna print our error, and after that we will move on our home view control, right guys? So guys, up to now this is okay. Now let's go on your home view controller and set also if check if uh, whether the data is available. So if let email is equals to this, then set email dot email label dot text is equals to email, else you will have to else you will have to guys, you will have to uh, so guys, else we will set a blank text. Okay guys, so let me run our app and check whether the email is getting from the user or not. So app is installed successfully. So log in with Twitter, and we are going to enter our credentials. So guys, logged in successfully. As you can see guys, what is the problem here? Username. Okay guys, I did a mistake. It should be email, right? So let me log in once again. Let me enter the credentials. What is the problem here? Okay guys, this user does not have an email address. Reading in private. Okay guys, actually I forget to tell you one thing, that is, if you want to access the user's email, then you will have to make one change also in your Twitter developers account. So you will have to go on the permissions and you will have to edit the additional permissions, right? So these additional permission require provide URL services. So guys, if you want the email address for users, then you will have to provide the services privacy policy and terms of use service something URLs, right? So let me copy one URL, any URL you want to copy, then you can copy and just go on the app details, edit details, provide the service URL, privacy policy URL, right guys? Save, go in permissions, edit, and here you can now request for email address also, right? Save it and just go on your app, run it. Hopefully we should able to access users emails also. So let me log out and log in once again. So it's open our browser. Let me enter the credentials. Authorize app. until it is going to redirect. I'm going to pause my video. Hey guys, as you can see the redirection. Hey guys, so redirection has been successfully, right? So as you can see, my logged in ID, username, and email also has been appeared on the screen, right guys? So for this time, this is enough, right? The time is already, the video is going to be lengthy. So guys, in the next video I'm gonna show you, sorry for that, I'm gonna show you how you can share images, videos, and link from your app to Twitter, right guys? For the time being, bye bye, take care. And guys, if you are liking my work, if you are thinking to improve myself, then kindly comment in the comment section, like my video, share my video, and subscribe my channel. Okay, bye bye, see you in the next video.